Karen confronts Mia. Giselle calls Mia a known liar. Let's get into my Real Housewives of Potomac episode 15 recap. So the episode opens up with Ashley meeting up with the drag king to get some pointers on her upcoming drag show. And Ashley has always been a creator based on what she's saying, and she's just looking for different avenues to express herself. She wants to lean into her masculinity a little bit because she is a bisexual woman. So that's the reason why that she wants to do this. You know, she's basically said she's hosted countless events for the LGBTQIA community, and this is just another extension of who she is and how she really enjoys drag shows. So she gets a couple pointers and talks to this other drag king. Forgive me, I do not know their name, but that's how the episode opened. So next thing we have Wendy, Giselle, and Kiana meeting up at K Stewart Beauty. That's Kiana's beauty bar. They ask Kiana, like, about her, hopeful engagement, which she hyphenate her name, being that her beauty bar has her maiden name. And she's like, no, Greg said he would never marry a woman that wanted to hyphenate the name. He would never entertain it or go for that. And I'm like, damn, Greg old strict ass guy. He real strict. And I'm like, she's like, but her business name will never change. That's always gonna be K Stewart Beauty. They also have a conversation about Karen's behavior on the trip and that she's definitely losing weight. Some of the girls say it's Ozempic, and the other girls think it's stress as it's related to the trial and everything that she has going on. Next thing, we get to old head number 1 and old head number 2. Ray and Gordon meet up to have lunch. And this is a link up I did not know that we really needed, okay? So first they start talking about how back in the day it used to get hot around 12 and 1 o'clock with the climate change. Now it's getting hot around 3 to 4. So now, G brings up the fact that co-parenting is going well. He also brings up the fact that in June or July, he had those children 25 out of the 30 days in the month. And I'm saying to myself is, Mia, you better get your shit together because he's building a case against your ass. Just so you know. So Ray brings up the fact that he had heard, from Karen about something happened with the kids and stuff like that while she was in Panama. And Gordon simply said, Mia's doing some questionable things when it comes to the children. He says, I don't know Ink well enough to like or dislike him, but I do not want him around my children if Mia is not going to be there. He says he respects, he's doing his best to try to respect a very difficult situation. But, he wanted the kids where he felt that it was best for wherever for them to be at. And I mean, you got to respect that. So then Gordon lets it be known that, long story short, he got the son DNA tested and it came back that he is the father. And Ray old ass don't realize how spicy this tea is that he's getting. He just eating his shrimp and grits. And it's hilarious to me. Because again, this is like bombshell news that he's getting and he has no idea. So the next scene, we have Clueless Stacey meeting up with an attorney. And I'm very, very surprised that Stacey does not have an attorney. You already went to a mediation and you do not have an attorney. Are you crazy? You talked about you've been married for 16 years. You don't have a prenup. And then we find out when she's talking to this attorney that she's waiving child support, but she wants alimony. And the attorney is looking at her like, are you crazy? And the attorney asked her a good question. She's like, why would you waive child support? She was like, why would you waive child? She was like, oh, because he's always taking care of her. I've never had to lift a red cent for him to take care of Arabella, and I just don't think anything would ever change. So she was like, well, if that's the case, then why are you seeking alimony? Because you think that things may change and he may not take care of you anymore, right? So why wouldn't you want that same security for your daughter? And she was like, I just know what I'm doing. I don't think that he'll ever turn his back and not do for Arabella. And she says, what if he gets married, moves on, and has a new family and a new woman, doesn't really feel like he needs to be doing all of this stuff that he's doing for Arabella? What if that changes? And Stacey just sitting there with a deer in headlights. And then Stacey asked a question in turn. She was like, how many women do you know that have sat here and said the same thing that I've said and come back and wanted you to sort everything out? And the attorney said, if I had $5 for every woman that did that, I wouldn't even be in this office right now. I'd be on the beach somewhere. I was like, girl, Stacey, you are simply freaking clueless, and you really need to get your priorities in check. You really, really do. You need to prioritize and focus on your divorce instead of chasing behind Princess TJ. Okay? That's where your focus needs to be, on Arabella and your divorce. You have some big changes that are coming, 16 years of marriage. You never paid a bill. Life is going to get real different for you. You need to get your shit together. So the next scene, Giselle is out with her daughters, minus one of the twin daughters. They're out, just shopping for dorm room stuff. Giselle is letting it be known that she's going to get an investment property in Georgia because the hotels suck. That's their words, not mine. And that was a cute little scene, them buying stuff or whatever. And they saw some of the prices and they were like, hell nah, which I love too. So the next scene, we have Princess TJ and Stacey. And I'm sorry, this is another relationship that I'm just not feeling. TJ wants to be the center of attention. And this woman is going through a divorce. So Stacey begins to tell TJ that her ex is going to move out the house, and that's happening in the next couple of days. And TJ immediately says, oh, can I come to your house? And I'm like, damn. So it's like, again, this is why people in my thought process, wait till your divorce is over for all of this. This just seems like a lot, Stacey, to be trying to deal with, trying to navigate, trying to make a new person happy. You got your own feelings you got to deal with. You look like you don't want to step on the toes of your pending ex-husband because, it seems like you just want to keep everything real harmonious and real calm and collected for him. He comes from, you've mentioned a few times, he comes from a very powerful family. That's what you keep saying. It's like, you don't want to rock the boat too much with the stuff that you got going on. But it's like, girl, TJ can wait. I'm sorry. So, TJ says that TJ seems to only be worried about himself. So she lets him know it's not the right time for him to come to her house. Arabella is there. She just feels like it doesn't, it's just not the right time. And I agree, it's not. It's going to be a lot of changes for you and Arabella. So he says TJ feels like that Stacey is hiding him. I don't know how the hell he feel like he being hidden. He's filming a internationally syndicated reality TV show with this woman, and he feel like he's being hidden. Child, that's what I said. He wants to be the center of your world, girl. He feels like, it seems like he wants the main character energy. He wants to be put before Arabella, and girl, I'm over it. Let Princess TJ go. So she says, well, what can I do to make you feel more comfortable with us? He was like, I want you to tell everybody that we're dating and tell your husband. The fuck? Princess TJ ain't even giving up the peen. And he wants you to make things so official. Girl, you Clueless Stacey. I need you to get a clue, girl. I need you to get a clue. She says, so if I do that, that will make you feel better. He says, it'll make you feel better. Girl, I cannot with Princess TJ. Please. She then says, this divorce is basically hard, and I need you to be more patient with me and stuff like that. And it's just like, he's like, you know what? You're right. I'm going to ease off. I don't want to put any unnecessary pressure on you. And that's how they bring that scene to a close. I really feel like I get TJ at this point is kind of like her storyline, her introduction. But in all honesty, I would rather follow her divorce, her navigating her divorce, and her next steps in her life, not Princess TJ, because I don't see the relationship for them. I just really don't. So we get back. So Ray and Karen, they're real cute. Karen is trying to show Ray her outfits her options that she's gonna wear to Ashley's drag queen show. And Ray says, I noticed you've been wearing a lot of short dresses, short clothing. And Karen lets us know that's her mating call to her husband. And I think it's so good that Ray still notices it. However, they sit down and Ray lets her know that he had lunch with G. And she's like, G told me some things. And he lets Karen know that, he got the son paternity tested. He's G's baby. He's happy that it's his baby. Karen was like, well, thank God. That's a good thing. Karen is like, as she's thinking, she's like, well, Mia been lying the whole damn time. She been new, but she kept, having us trying to give her sympathy that, Gordon is just manic all the time and just making these decisions and just treating her so poorly when she knew all the time that the baby was his. So I don't know why she's dragging that out. Ray also lets her know that G has said that he told them unless they're serious about getting married to somebody else, that they should go to postmarital counseling and that they shouldn't be rushing into a divorce right now. Karen then says Mia been acting like they in divorce proceedings. No, 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 no. All that is on pause. So, what do you guys think of all of that? Please like, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell so you're made aware the next time I drop a recap. And also, don't forget to follow me on my social media platforms, The Fly on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. All right, so it is time for the drag show. So you have Giselle, Kiana, and Wendy. They're all at the drag show. They're waiting for everybody else to arrive. Kiana looks visibly upset. She said her and Greg had a big fight in regards to basically growing pains of living together and filming a TV show. We learn that, her filming takes a lot of time. He wants her to be there to cook and take care of him. Good old servitude. That's what Mr. Greg wants. And Greg also does not like filming. He thinks it's very offensive and it's coming in between their relationship. And Wendy kind of looked at her like, girl. And this is my thing. This is a bag, Kiana. This ain't no little play money. This is a big bag. And if he has a problem with you making your money coming onto this show, he's definitely not the guy for you. I'm sorry, girl. He's definitely not the guy for you. This is a good opportunity for you and for your brand. You are young. You are driven. You are beautiful. Greg is not your guy, girl. Greg is not your guy. So Karen arrives and Giselle basically tells Karen that she's concerned about her weight loss and stuff like that. And Karen comes to basically let them know that she's pre-diabetic. She's taking the active ingredient for Ozempic, and that's why she's losing weight. She kind of just downplaying the worry and concern regarding the DUI. And I can respect the fact that she's being forthright and not, using it as an excuse. She's being honest that, she's on the Ozempic. So Karen begins to tell Giselle, she pulls Giselle to the side and she lets Giselle know the conversation that Ray and G had. And they basically come to the conclusion that Mia has been lying the whole time and that they about to get in her ass. That's what it gives. They about to get in her ass. So once, Jacqueline and Mia arrive, they look like two sluts in a bucket. Jacqueline does not have the body to wear that. And I'm not body shaming, but for that particular outfit, it's not complimentary to her. It just isn't. It wasn't complimentary at all. So, they basically confront Mia. They're like, Mia, we heard, this, that, and the third, and they decide to go outside because it's loud. And Mia was like, you want to take it outside? You sure you want to do that? What you going to do to Karen, girl? You going to beat up the elderly? You want to fight Karen? So they basically confront her with everything that Ray is saying. Mia shoots back, talking about Karen's drunk driving charges and talking about other men that she's getting peened from. And Karen is like, I stand in my grace. I stand in my charges. I stand in whatever you're saying. But the fact remains that you lied. And here comes defense counsel Jacqueline. Well, Mia just found out last week. So they're like, oh, so you knew too. And then it was like, basically, Mia couldn't handle the heat. She walked off and brought the episode to a close. Let me know what you think about the recap and your thoughts on the episode. Don't forget to follow me on my social media platforms, The Fly on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Fanbase, Lemon, and I'll see you on the next recap. Auntie loves you. Bye-bye.